Hi everyone, my name is Akshay Agarwal, and today I'm going to take you through a framework on how to create a study plan. So let us quickly go ahead and see how this is done. First of all, before we go ahead, let us understand the importance of structured mentorship in any program like IPM BBA. Now, when you're preparing for IPM BBA, you'll find the material and the content would be available in a lot of places. And when you start your preparation, you'll not have a lot of direction. So structured mentorship basically is providing the students with a guide, with a mentor who can show the students direction at every stage of their preparation. So at IMS, students are assigned a personal mentor who looks after the progress of the students through one-to-one sessions where they discuss about study plan, mock test taking strategy, actual exam strategy, balancing board exams with our entrance test preparation, and choosing which colleges to apply for. So a part of it is also study plan. And today I'll discuss how we provide students with a framework on creating a study plan. So before we go ahead and see how to create a study plan, it is also important to understand why you need a study plan. Guys, with all such material and questions and topics to be covered, it is very easy to get lost in so many things to be done, right? So you have English, maths, logical reasoning, and within each subject, you have so many topics. So it could happen that your preparation could become directionless. You might understand what is happening in class, but you might not be able to apply that to your problem solving. Or it could happen that you prepared very imbalanced. You prepared for maths, but you've not prepared for English. Or maybe your test scores are not good. Or you want to study, but you're not sure how to study. You're not sure what topic to study tomorrow, how to prioritize. And that is where the study plan comes in, and it helps you give direction to your preparation, and it gives you a method to evaluate or to track how well prepared you are. So creating a study plan is very easy. So the first step before we go ahead and plan out what needs to be done, it is very important to know what you are currently doing and what your current schedule is and where your time currently is. So make up a table like this in an Excel and fill in what you're currently doing so that we can identify where we can find the time to do the things that we need to do. So step one is fill up what you're currently doing. You might be sleeping for some time, you might have tuitions, college, you might be spending time with friends, or maybe web series, such things. And you might also have IMS classes or maybe any other classes for that matter. Beyond that, the next step is to prioritize and identify what you want to do. So as at IMS, we say that you need to complete maybe 12 hours or 10 hours of studies every week. So maybe you identify the time where you can put in these 12, 15, 10 hours as per the guidance given by your mentor. Once you identified what you need to do, the next important thing is what to do in that time. Because even if you identified when you'll study or how much time you'll study for, what do you study in that time? So the next step is very important. It is to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, and accordingly plan which topics to study. And even in those topics, we'll see how to set milestones and how to break up our milestones into smaller tasks. So just to give you an example, suppose I identify that, I might be strong in English, that is verbal ability. So I'll have to give more time to QA, that is maths, and lesser time to English, but I'll have to give time to both of them. So that way, a right balance has to be found. If you are strong in maths, but maths is a very heavyweight, has a very high weightage in all the IPM BBA entrances. So that is why even if you are strong at maths, you need to keep brushing it up. So you might have to give 2, 2, 2. So maybe I've divided the 6 days that you have in a week to kind of, between the 3 subjects. So it could be something like that. So this way you need to identify where you will be giving your time. Once you have done that, the next step is to set milestones for your preparation. Now, setting milestones is not just random, it has to be measurable. For example, at IMS, the syllabus is broken up into multiple modules. So maybe your milestones could be to complete the fundamental module, then complete module 1, module 2, or which is nothing but the numbers, algebra, vocab module. Then you'll complete the arithmetic and grammar module, geometry, RC module, modern maths and verbal reasoning module. And once you complete all these milestones, you believe that you will make it to your dream college. So these milestones should be something which are tangible and measurable. So here, when I say I want to complete fundamental module, maybe it would involve completing all the steps like completing the pre-class work, in-class work, post-class work, tests, module tests, etc. So once you identify the milestones, even if I say I have to complete fundamental module, it might not seem very easy when I sit down to study the next day. So I need to further break down the fundamental module into smaller tasks. So maybe I identify which topics I have to study. And within each topic also, I might break it up into tasks like concept or class exercise solving or practice exercise solving or learn question solving or topic test solving and so on. So once you identify the tasks that need to be completed, the next step is to identify how much time each task will take, and accordingly then we will be able to fit in our weekly schedule. And that's where the calculation comes in. So once I've identified that, okay, in this week I have to complete HCF LCM, and based on the previous slide, I had to complete these action points for the task HCF LCM, and I'll also measure the time or calculate the time that I'll take for each of these tasks. For example, I'll take 2 hours to read the theory and solve the class exercise again, and practice exercise would further take 2 hours. So once you identified this, you know that it is going to take 6 hours, and accordingly you'll be able to put a deadline to it. And once you have done this, you do this for all the topics that you're going to prepare in that week or study in that week, and then insert that in your weekly schedule. So it will look something like this, that okay, on the Saturday and Sunday in the class, I have studied HCF, LCM and family tree. I've assumed that the student has classes, IMS classes on Saturday, Sunday. And then through the week, the student has to solve these exercises. As you go ahead, also keep marking which all tasks you have actually completed. For example, as you can see, I've marked the solve class exercise and PE, practice exercise of HCF, LCM as green tick. It means I've completed that task. So that way you'll also know how many of the tasks of the week are pending and how many of them have to be carried forward to the next week. This way, if you create an Excel and you keep making a new schedule every week, you'll be able to, you'll have a schedule for every week and you'll know what to do the next day when you go to sleep on any day. And this is what needs to be done again and again, again and again. But the best part here is at IMS, once you make a schedule of your own, especially the first template where you identify how many hours of IMS prep you'll do, how many hours of boards preparation will you do and such things, you need to discuss the same with a mentor in a one-to-one session. And basically mentor will help you identify that, on days where you can give more time and other days where your schedule is very packed, how you can reduce the time and balance things to, as per your requirement. Also, they'll tell you on what, how much time to give for QA, VA, LR based on your strengths and weaknesses. And basically that will help you and the mentor create a study plan that is curated only for you. So I hope this video was helpful. If you need to know anything more about IPM BBA Prep, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and join our Telegram channel. All the best and thank you.